they came to learn. You used to be. What are you now? I get money before, no be property. What are you now? I used to, they are my students. They used to come and learn from me. Okay, sir. What are you now?
What do you say about all this conversation about why Ghanaians are not up there, we're not winning a Grammy, etc.? Is it because they came to learn from us? Because over time, you've heard even Nigerians say that we came to Ghana, we came to pick your high life sounds.
They came to learn what?
And you hear Odoyewu and things, and they make it more popular.
Don't we also learn things from them? Don't we sing their Omo and Abi and all that? Yeah, we all get inspired. We inspire each other. It's West African sound. It's pidgin. It's music. You know, we've gone there. We've come here. We've gone there. In the 80s, most of our high life artists traveled over there. Yeah. And when they came back, the sound has changed. Had changed. Yeah. They had added elements to it, and it was even more appealing to the Ghanaians as well, because it had grown.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel, welcome back. I want to thank all my subscribers, all my new subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you for tuning into this channel again. I appreciate every one of you, and I don't take you for granted. And if you're new here, I hope you subscribe and join the family, and let's just dive right into the video. So guys, I just showed you guys this video of Samini, how the lady was asking Samini, is it because they came to learn from us? Because we hear the and this is the narrative, obviously, that we hear a lot on Ghanaian radio shows and all of these shows, and you know, they're always going off about how Nigeria came to learn, And first of all, I want to say something to like my fellow Ghanaian brothers and sisters. As much as some of the videos I make are meant to address these issues, I'm not actually directing any type of hate to, you know, the Ghanaian people, because I know that most of these things that these people say do not represent the opinion of the average Ghanaian, you know. And I know that deep down there is no hate between the average Ghanaian or the average Nigerian. We meet each other, we jam to songs together, we vibe together, okay? And that's why today I'm going to address some of these issues, because I feel like we are missing the point of what we actually need to do. We need to work in together, not against ourselves. But I'll come back to that. So, you know, I like the way Samini answered. It's making me really realize that the guy is actually more intelligent than I initially gave him credit for. Because it was like, what do you mean? That's bogus talk. That is bogus talk. What do you mean by they came to learn? Don't you also learn from them? Don't you also learn from them? Don't you also pick words and all of that, you know, and talk about how some came to Nigeria in the 80s and, you know, went back to Ghana, and then it's influenced their sound. Nigerians too went. Everybody influences each other. Nigerian sound today is also influenced by, you know, American hip hop. Look at the Amapiano sound. We have picked up this sound from South Africa, and now Nigeria has kind of infused it, and now it's become such a big thing in Nigeria. You know, it's been infused with Afrobeats and has created something so beautiful. It's such a beautiful fusion, and yet you don't see South Africans crying on platforms talking about how Nigeria has stolen their sound, or how Nigeria came to learn from them or came to pick their sound. Even if they were saying that, to an extent, they probably might be valid, but they are not even bothering with that. Because if it was Ghana that owned this Amapiano sound, or the originators of this Amapiano sound, hey, oh no, I can't imagine, because even now that there is nothing concrete that they can point to that Nigeria is taking, it is still everywhere. Narrative is still everywhere. Everybody is still crying up and down about how they came to learn, For example, guys, look at this comment that somebody left on one of my videos saying Nigerian brothers in the music industry have their inspiration from Ghana, and you know it. It's your money that is doing the work for you, not that there is something extraordinary that you are doing. When it comes to reading melody, you guys don't match Ghana and all that. I just keep thinking, why do some in Ghana feel they have to hold on to this idea that Nigeria got their inspiration from them? Is that supposed to be an achievement for the Ghanaian music industry? Both Nigeria and Ghana have influenced each other's music over the years. Both Nigeria and Ghana's music have been influenced by other African countries, by American music, by Jamaican music. Countries of the world have always influenced each other's musical culture. It is normal. Even the Koreans now are jumping on Afrobeats. So you don't see countries of the world crying about how they are the ones that influence the certain countries' music or whatever. Rather, they are focusing on their crafts. But you people seem to be stuck in one kind of past glory that I don't understand. Okay, we came to learn from you. We have accepted that everything we know, it comes from you people. What are you going to do about it now? Because there is no award for they came to learn from us. So that type of award, no deal. So what are you going to do about it? Like, they came to learn, you used to be, what are you now? I get money before, no be property. I get money before, no be property. What are you now? I used to, they are my students. They used to come and learn from me. Okay, sir, what are you now? Amapiano is one of the biggest sounds that have come out of Nigeria right now. And it's not even ours to begin with. Although we have made it in such a way now that, come on, at this point, at least we are shareholders. I mean, South Africans are giving a master class on what it means to leverage on another country's success. South Africans, they have realized something, which is what I feel like other Africans need to realize, which is we need to leverage on each other's success. South Africa now is leveraging on Nigeria's creativity, the Nigerian industry's creativity, their drive to keep upping their game. They are leveraging on the success of the industry. They know that if somehow the Amapiano had remained just within South Africa, there is no lie that the sound wouldn't have gotten as big as it has now. That is a fact. But Nigeria has helped to push this sound to heights that I'm sure that even South Africa were not expecting. Imagine how the song with that particular title is being nominated at the Grammys with Olamide. Imagine. Amapiano now has gotten to the Grammys and it wasn't even by South African it wasn't even for a South African song. So the South Africans have realized that good music, good sound, number one, will travel, sometimes a little promotion, honestly. But most importantly, they are leveraging. They are leveraging. You don't see them sitting down around tables and crying about how Nigeria has stolen their sound. They are leveraging on it because they know that no matter where this sound gets to now, yes, Nigeria has pushed this sound and it's out there, but they also know that when it comes down to history or facts, it cannot be denied that this sound is owned or was originated from South Africa, because one thing I feel like we need to understand is just like what Nelson Mandela said, that the world will not respect Africa as a whole until Nigeria takes the lead, until Nigeria, earns that respect from the world. Why? Because whether we, acknowledge it or not, Nigeria is like the head. Because, number one, it is the most populous black nation on earth. So it's almost like the representation of the black identity. And so Nigeria, any change that would happen, any evolution that would happen, not only in entertainment but in so many other sectors, would most likely start with Nigeria, and then other Africans would follow. I'm not saying that changes cannot happen independently, other African countries, but what I'm saying is that in most cases, look at, for example, now, because Nigeria has pushed Afrobeats, because Nigeria now has been pushing their culture everywhere, other African countries now are starting to take notice. They are starting to realize that their culture too can be exported, their music too can be exported, and all of them have been like, stop with the Nigeria, let's consume our own, let's do our own. Why? Because now they are seeing that, we too can do our own now. It's opening up their eyes to the possibilities, and this is what I'm saying about how, whether I like it or not, Nigeria is a pace setter in that regard. And so I feel like what South African has done, rather than sitting down round tables and crying about how they came to learn from us, we used to be, we are supposed to be, we were this, we were that. Useless discussions. Let's stop that. Useless. We all learn from each other. Let's stop that nonsense. You are the guru, you are the teacher, you are the head and this. What are you now? Stop. Let's stop living in past glory. Stop talking about how you used to be and what you used to learn. How is that improving your situation now? Because this is making you feel now like you are the teacher. You cannot become the student. I cannot tell them now to teach me the groups. After all, they come and learn from us. You are going to remain in one place. So you They're going to remain in one place, so we are still better than them, so we don't need to learn from them. After all, we used to be their teacher. We need to work together. If you look at the artists themselves, you know that they don't buy into this nonsense. The artists don't buy into this rubbish. Most of these artists, especially the Nigerian artists, are seeing this as an African movement, not as a Nigerian movement. And that is why, despite what you see on radio and television, these artists are still working together with other artists. You know, look at what how Davido pulled up Stonebwoy, gave him a platform, a huge platform, despite the fact that he was funding that show, just to make sure that this guy, you know, Burna Boy is working with Black Sheriff. All these guys are working with all these Ghanaian artists, sometimes even more than they are working with upcoming Nigerian artists. They know that it's an African movement. Nigerians are seeing the bigger picture. Most of these artists are seeing the bigger picture. And so it's not like they want Nigeria to win alone, but you also have to assist them. You cannot sit down and be feeling entitled, feeling like they're supposed to cook the food and bring it to you and come and serve you. I've had some Cameroonians talking about how Nigerians are not helping them, Nigerians are not doing this and doing this. It's just crazy to me, the sense of entitlement. It's almost like Nigeria is a big daddy, and then there's all these children crying for daddy to hold their hand. No, sometimes you have to take the first step. My point is, so what I'm just trying to say is that we don't need to be creating divisive issues. We need to come together. Any change, yes, is starting with Nigeria, but the biggest change, the biggest impact to be for us to make this change as a continent. And you cannot do that if you are hating on Nigeria. You can only do that if we are working together. Okay, so let's stop with this. We used to be, they came to learn from. Let's stop with that rubbish. Everybody learns from each other. South Africa is not crying about Amapiano, even though they should be the ones saying anything, even if at all anybody saying anything about Nigeria having picked something from them. And that's why they are doing so much better. That's why they are literally second only to Nigeria on the continent at the moment. That tells you that they are doing something right. Okay, so I really just appreciate Samini. You know, I was surprised, but he really said a lot of things. And there was another aspect of that conversation that he said, which I'm going to address in another video. But for now, this is all I'm just going to leave you guys with. And my Ghanaian brothers and sisters, it's all love from this side. It's all love from this side. I'm not hating on any actual Ghanaian. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just, you know, addressing some of these issues I feel like we need to address so that we can grow as a continent, as a people. Okay, and that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to the channel and don't forget to leave your comments down below. Thank you again to all my already subscribed patrons for supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.